Hello and welcome back to my channel. First and foremost, I would like to thank Kaz Penn for all your comments. I've been reading them. I used to try and do like update like more than once a week, and that'll be coming back. Okay, now that I've got some more free time. But thanks very much for commenting. I'm going to do the one that you asked about the clones. Was it? Yeah. What about the royal family? Are they clones, reptilians, good or bad? I'm going to actually do one to see. And there was something else that you asked. I'm trying to think. Or was it you? Oh, that was Kirk's 71 that asked about Scotland. So I'm going to. I had done one about Meghan and Harry last week, but for some reason it didn't record. Now that is quite telling that it didn't record. So I'm going to obviously do one for this week and about Harry and Meghan to see where the land lies now. And I'm going to do the one about that Kaz had asked about, are the royal family clones or reptilians. Okay, so I'm going to ask that. So without further ado, I'll get back and we'll ask about Harry and Meghan and how much damage they have done to the royals. Okay, so how much damage did the Harry and Meghan interview do to the royals? Okay, how much damage did it do? So happy Mother's Day to those of you, and for those of you like myself who, you know, whose mother's no longer here, happy Heavenly Mother's Day to those mothers who are in heaven or no longer with us. Oops, that wanted to come out. So this is about Harry and Meghan. Did Harry and Meghan's Oprah Winfrey interview rather. Oh wow. Oh gosh. Oh, see this interview with Oprah Winfrey, did it do damage to the royal family? These two wanted to come out. That wanted that. Oof, I'll take that one. So did it do damage? I watched it, I thought it was very telling, and I really did. Right away, what was presented to the world was a happy home life, right? A happy home life, like the mother and the father and, well, 2 and a bit children, because the other one's not here yet. I'm sensing that was a bit of a front, that wasn't necessarily true. Okay, so what was being put out there wasn't necessarily true. Okay, a true, what's the word, depiction of the family life. So that's interesting. It was a show of strength. It was a show of strength from both of them. And I always tell you what I know and what I think. Harry didn't seem to be wanting to be there. He was very reserved for like Harry. He was very reserved, very, you know, very much of a look of, I don't want to be here. This isn't my doing. This isn't what I wanted. That's what I took from that, and it was a show of strength from the two of them. In fact, it didn't even look like Harry to me. Yep, I'm getting that he wanted to be anywhere but there, and I'm sensing it was a commitment. He was there against his will anyway. Harry was there against his will. And I'm getting that was the very much orchestrated by other powers at work. It wasn't necessarily Meghan, it was powers at work there. And I'm getting that was used as a distraction of what's really going on in the royal family. You know, with a certain person that's up to his neck, and I've got to watch what I'm saying here, you know, the Ep, you know, affair. You know, that person that supposedly took his own life. That's a distraction. Harry and Meghan are being used as a distraction from all that's going on in the royal family just now. I'm getting that. I always tell you what I know, right? Even in England, the royal family aren't as loved as they once were. And I think it's a generational thing. It's like, as the older generation leave the planet's, you know, the Earth's atmosphere, it leaves those like myself, well, Scotland's no royalist at all. It leaves them, those that are left, kind of, we won't bow down to you. We're not going to bow down. We're not like living off their every word. And I'm getting a sense that, I know this was about Harry and Meghan, right, but I'm getting a sense that the royal family long for what they once were. What they once were. I asked if it was used as a distraction, and the answer is yes, it was. So it was used as a distraction. Please ignore the cat. She's in her bed and she's moving about, so I meant to put her out before I started this, but I forgot. But she'll settle down again. So yes, it was used as a distraction of what's been going on. You need to settle down. Oh, that's a good girl. Go to sleep. Right, so that's a yes, it was. The question as well, did it do damage? Did that do damage to the royal family? That answers yes too. Yes, it did. It did. I see that as not entirely the royal family as in the family. I feel this is given a headache to the establishment. Because they don't know how to pull this back. They don't know how to pull it back. They've now got a headache because the public aren't with them. They're not believing them the way they once did. Okay. So I'll pull out another couple of cards just to see what's going on. Have they ruined? Has the royal family been ruined through this interview? I don't necessarily think it was the interview. I think they've ruined themselves. I think Andy Pandy, we'll say it that way, did a lot of damage to them. So I do. I get that as, I don't know if you can see, right, the emergency room part in that card, right? It's as if they're all in the emergency room now and they're all trying to save the family. That's what it is. They're trying to save it. They'll be putting, like, you know, like say, I think the emphasis, what I'm seeing, emphasis going on like so of William and Kate, but even they're not that, they're not that popular. They're not as popular as they think they are. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to take the emphasis from the Queen and push it on to the... Do you know, I think they're going to actually take it even from William and Kate and put it onto the children. Because I can see... And push the children out to the front, like... is it George, William and Louis? No, George, Charlotte and Louis. William's the father. I say, I'm no royalist. I'm not royalist. Do you know what I'm seeing? As if they're going to hone in on Charlotte, because she's got quite a personality, and push her out more, and have likes of William and Kate kind of out with the in the family unit. In the family unit, you know, look, we're a family. We are a family. To try and distract, because they have done a lot of damage. They have. They've done more damage than they thought they would. Their self-worth's at zero. They're out in the cold. They're out in the cold. But I'm getting that, like, both the royal family and Harry and Meghan are out in the cold. They're all out in the cold. It's as if the people have moved on. People have moved on. They don't necessarily like hang on like the words of the royals or even the words of celebrities. I think the world has moved on. There's been a shift. I'm seeing like the world, I'm seeing like the earth, and it's as if it's spun on its axles during 2020, and now people are not kind of listening to celebrities, and they're not listening to the royal family. They don't listen. There is aspects of them who do, but the majority are not listening. That interview was, it was like self-discovery and pushing them out and look and saying, look, we're just ordinary, you know, in their big mansions. And I'm seeing that even the Corden interview with Harry that didn't go down well either. But I can see it's both ways. They've done damage to the royal family, and the royal family, it's like crossing swords. I'm seeing crossing swords and slinging mud. Slinging, that's what we say in Scotland, slinging mud at one another and seeing how much mud sticks. How much mud would stick. And right now I would say it's equal. It's equal. So did the Oprah Winfrey interview with Harry and Meghan damaged the royal family. Oof. Oh wow, oh I see that right away. Yep, I see that right away. There's another one wanted to come out. Put that there. Oh wow, I'm getting the messages through. They're not even turning the thing reset, so I know how many I'm putting out. Wow. Yep, that's the same again. Just see if I got one. Right away I got, they were trying to hold a mirror up to the royal family, right, and say, this is what happened, poor me, I wasn't accepted, this I see is Meghan, right, I wasn't accepted, poor me, I was trapped in my castle. Didn't get down well. Didn't get down well at all. And I see it as if there's a game of chess going on between Harry and Meghan and the royal family. So she tried to hold up a mirror and it bounced right back. It's bounced right back, and she held the mirror up to herself. Instead of holding the mirror up to the royal family, she held a mirror up and it's bounced right back onto herself. I'm asking, can the royal family pull this back? I'm getting no. The royal family is dead in the water. It's dead in the water. See, I'm still getting this as young Charlotte, okay? And it's as if they're going to push her forward. As not to take over the throne. There's something to do with that though. As if, I don't want to say the word, I can't say the word, it's G-R-O-M. Do you know what I mean? But not in that way, not in that way. It's like, they're going to push her forward, but I don't know if it's something to do with taking the throne. I'm really not sure, but it's definitely something to do with that. Gosh, I hope nothing's going to happen to the other wee prince. Wow. Yep, the royal family are out in the cold just now with the British public. Not with the public of Scotland, because Scotland's no royal. In Scotland, I would say, if we gain our independence, we'll be a republic. Because we're no royal, we don't celebrate them or anything. But in England, they're holding on by a thread. And it's like a kind of, like a thread, you know. Once again, Harry and Meghan tried to put up like a family front, and we're together, and we're kind of, you know, of the family off together, and it didn't work. It didn't work. They've tried to put that forward as a nice family unit, and it's not getting believed. It's not getting believed. And I would say they're all out in the cold. They're all out in the cold. Both Harry and Meghan and the royal family are out in the cold. So this, whatever they were trying to do, whatever Harry and Meghan had in mind, but I'm feeling it's more Meghan had in mind, it didn't work. It didn't work. It backfired on them. So this is just a wee overall clarifier of the situation. It's got the end of a tough cycle approaches, okay? I'm getting that more for the royal family than Harry and Meghan. I'm getting that. Yep. The storm that they've got just now, right? The storm that's been conjured up isn't going to last long for the royal family. But it's a case of nobody cares. Nobody cares. So did they do damage to the royal family? They did damage to one another, I'm getting. They did damage to one another. So I'll leave that there. And that's what I get. That's what I get. So thanks very much for watching. And I'll be back with another reading soon. Okay? Bye for now.